welcome to another episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, Supoman, your superhero cryptocurrency expert. In today's video, we are going to be looking at 10 cryptocurrencies. Yes, that is 10 long-term cryptocurrencies that you can invest in today. I am going to be doing some technical analysis. I'm going to be analysing the entry points of these coins and why they are a suitable point to invest in today. All right, now people have been speculating that cryptocurrency is going to go down in September. There's going to be a bear market coming and the prices are going to go down. I believe the opposite. I believe that September is going to be a month where we build on what an amazing month August has been. Okay, so if you look at the total market cap of the cryptocurrency game right now, it is 164 billion. 164 billion invested across all of these coins. Okay, if we go back 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, we would be looking at half of this. And now we are in the healthiest state we've ever been. People are coming to cryptocurrency every day. People are getting educated on Bitcoin. People are getting educated on cryptocurrency generally. And people are speculatively investing, speculatively trading to get their feet wet. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about investing in today's video. All right, so look, at the moment, we have got Bitcoin on $4,500 per Bitcoin. Now, if we go back, 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, this was half. So this is just an indication of what's to come. I see that the value of Bitcoin, the value of Ethereum, the value of Bitcoin Cash, the value of Litecoin, the value of Dash, all of these are going to be just going up and going up and going up. Okay? I don't see there being a time when these slump right down to the prices of 2 months ago. We've gone on to the next level. We've reached the next echelon of cryptocurrency. Okay, so what we are now doing is building. We are now going into the second layer of these cryptocurrencies. A lot of the amazing prices that existed have now gone, and the prices have now moved on a step. And this is what's going to happen over time. They're just going to keep moving on a step and moving on a step. Gone are the days when you could have got Bitcoin at $2,000. Gone are the days when you could have got Ethereum at under $100 or around about $150. These days are gone. Now, what's going to happen is these cryptocurrencies are going to get all the more expensive. But if you know me and you've been following my videos, you will know that the best cryptocurrencies to get involved in are the more minor altcoins. Now, when I say minor, I don't mean new, I don't mean untested or unbuilt. I don't necessarily mean ones that people don't know about, because I'm going to be talking about some quality cryptocurrencies in today's video. But what I do mean is that they are minor in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum in terms of price. A lot of them are under $10. Some of them are even under $1. Okay, so we are going to be looking at the best ones to get involved in. So, just before I move on to that, I did want to briefly talk about Kin. Now, Kin is an ICO coming up that is related to the Kik Messenger app. Okay, and yesterday, it was this morning, this news piece came out saying mobile messenger Kik raises $50 million ahead of their $75 million ICO. Okay, so the ICO starts the registration ends in 10 days, which means that you should register now and complete it 3 days before it starts on September the 12th. So this is giving a good indication of the hype that's being built around Kik Messenger. This has been one of those ICOs people have been waiting for a few months now. Okay, so now it's finally coming around, and this is a testament to how excited people are about it. Now, I will say to err on the side of caution, because what happened with BAT, the basic attention token, is that raised 35 million in about 30 seconds or so. But it kind of was in no man's land for ages. Okay, it went almost straight up from 19 cents to 32 cents. And then after that, it just dramatically dropped. Now, more people know about Kik Messenger, and this has been hyped about for a while now. So the hype will follow Kin. But What happened with Basic Attention Token, who has the guy from Mozilla behind it, who created the amazing search engine Mozilla Firefox. He's now created the Brave search engine, which is what BAT is going to be used within. But this went from 30 cents or so all the way down to 6 cents, which is just insane. So err on the side of caution. Although there is hype, what does happen is it enters the market at a great price and then it slumps. Okay, so just going on past performance on something that was also hyped, had a lot of investment in around about the ICO stage, this is what can happen. All right, so just be vigilant. Anyway, let us move on to the technical analysis. So I'm going to be using Coinigy, which is my favorite trade analysis or chart analysis tool, in order to be able to analyze these coins. All right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to, I suppose, briefly discuss what the coin is, where it is right now, and why it is a good time to invest in it. All right. So what's first on the list? So first on the list is Waves. Okay. So Waves is a really exciting cryptocurrency. Actually, it came out over a year ago, but it really got people excited around, I'd say, probably 2-3 months ago. So look what happened 2-3 months ago. It was right up here. And look where it is now comparatively. It was right up here. Everybody was getting excited about the Waves platform. So what is the Waves platform? Essentially, what the Waves platform is it's a way of creating a token. Okay, it's an easy way of creating a token. Right now, for one wave, I could create the Supo coin token. I could create a Supoman token. I could create the Supoman cryptocurrency masterminds token. I could create a token for anything. Okay, and it's a lot of it's what ICO startups are doing. When they're creating an ICO, they're creating tokens. Okay, and then they're sending them. Now, if I was to create a token, it would have no value. Obviously, you would need to synchronize the token with the blockchain or the app that you have built. But it's an easy way to create a token. You can create it pretty much straight away. So it's been really exciting, and it's really exciting as a future project as more ICOs become relevant, and as the simplification of creating a cryptocurrency becomes more relevant. There will be a time, like a couple of months ago, where Waves has its glory again. Okay, but at the moment, look where it is, right down here and losing. Okay, so what I typically do when I am analysing if it's a good time to get involved in a coin is looking where its current price is against its latest spike. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the spike a couple of months ago when it was really popular. I'm going to use its latest spike, because what tends to happen is the market tends to claim back, if you've heard my talks before on this, the market tends to claim back 60% of the price when it jumps. When it peaks, the market claims back 60%. So what tends to happen is, people invest, they ride an amazing wave, and then they sell in bulk. And then what happens is the price goes right down. But it does go back up again. I mean, they nearly always do. For quality coins, they nearly always come back up again. So the best point to get in is at the OTE stage, which stands for optimal trade entry. And I'm going to go through what constitutes the optimal trade entry right now. But if you get in at the optimal trade entry, that is the dip point. Okay, if you haven't gotten into a cryptocurrency yet that you like, or you want to accumulate more of a cryptocurrency that you like, the OTE zone is the best time to get it. Okay, so what I will use for this is I'll go to the pitchfork here, go to the arrow, and go for the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, and this will essentially show me what the price would be if the market retraces that 60 or claims back that 60%. Okay, so we put our Fibonacci retracement line there. Now, given that the market claims back 60%, when the price goes down to that 60%, that is the best time. Okay, now it can go down more, it can go down less. But if it hits 60%, that is a great time to get in, because you are preparing yourself for the next wave. Okay, for the next tidal wave to surf. Okay, so this is the 60% line, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get a rectangle to essentially map out the range where it's absolutely optimal to get in. Okay, so I'm going to spread this across its current price. So look at this, right? So this is the 60. The top of this is the 60. The bottom of it is around about 75% claimed back. So look at where it is. This is below 75. So this is on the 78% line, where it is now. The market has claimed back 78% of the price it was at its latest peak. All right. Now, a lot of this has been due to SAT values changing because Bitcoin has increased. But once, it's stabilizing. Bitcoin's stabilizing. So it's only really going to go up from here. So at 60%, well, this is now near virtually 80%. At 80%, this is a great time to get involved with Waves coin. Okay, this is a great time to be able to be prepared for when Waves has its next real drive, when it's got its next push, its next explosion. Okay, and Waves is a high quality platform that's got a wallet and everything. It's really easy to use. It's really easy to use the wallet and download the wallet and keep your Wave safe, your Wave token safe. And it's just a great platform generally. Okay, it's a great platform just to have a bit of fun on and use a Wave. But it's also just a great platform for the future, because what will happen is as more companies get involved in ICO. I mean, look, Kik Messenger has gotten involved. Okay, it's probably not going to be surprising if something like Tinder gets involved or something like Uber gets involved. Okay, they've already appointed very recently a Bitcoin-friendly CEO. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Uber also got involved in blockchain. So using, this token creation mechanism, which Waves is, it's going to enable this cryptocurrency to grow over time. Okay, so for the long term, this has got excellent potential. Hence why this has the ability to make great gains. Now, let's just have a look for any trends. Okay, so let me just get rid of that. I didn't mean to put that there. So trends. So trends is when you've got a line across the chart and it plots it's got 3 contact points. Okay, so we just go here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 contact points. Okay, so this is the direction it's going. So you can see right here, this is almost the range. Okay, so we've got here at the bottom end, we've got the support line, and here we've got the resistance line. So basically, if the resistance breaks the support line, it means it's going to go down, or a breakdown. If the price breaks the resistance line, then it's a breakout, which means it's going to explode in price. So at the moment, where we've got it is we've got it kind of zigzagging around the resistance and the support line. Now at the moment, it seems to be breaking support and seems to be falling. So this is a good one to be watching over the course of the next hours, next days. But what I'm saying is that based on its latest peak, it's at a great point to invest in. Okay, now with long-term cryptocurrencies, and this is what a lot of people do not get about long-term. When I say long-term, I do mean over the period of months, if not years, and more than likely years. Okay, because the people who make the best gains in cryptocurrency are the ones that hold for years. Okay, now let me show you a brilliant example. Okay, the best example I can find for this is using Bitcoin Plus. Okay, Bitcoin Plus was a cryptocurrency that only, kind of 2 years ago, if we go back to September or so of 2015, September was at 7 cents. 7 cents Bitcoin Plus was. Now, if you bought Bitcoin Plus and you held it for a bit, a lot of people will see, oh, I've held it for a few months now. That's long term. I'm going to sell it at 17 cents. So I've made double plus a little bit. So that's pretty good. If I've put 1,000 in, I've made 2,000. Excellent. There we are. Job done. Move on to the next cryptocurrency. But if they held on for real long term, okay, so you bought in September and then you sold at $207, which this cryptocurrency did achieve in June. Okay, so invested in September 2015 at 7 cents. If you invested $1,000 when it was 7 cents, then essentially it would have gone up over 2,000 times. Okay, so it would have multiplied 1,000 by 2,000. What does that make? $2 million. $2 $2 million from a $1,000 investment because you held for the long term. So if you had bought it at 7 cents and sold it at $207 at the peak, then that would have been an amazing return. And that is an indication of the amazing returns you can make with holding for the long term. So what you do is you buy at a low price. So if we just go back, even if you didn't get in at 7 cents, so people would probably have thought at the time when they were investing in Bitcoin Plus, they would have thought, oh no, I've missed it. Back in September, it was down. It was down to 7 cents. Oh, I've missed the boat. It's now up to 20 cents. Oh no, I've missed the boat. I'm not going to invest in it now. Okay. And likewise, there are people who invest in cryptocurrencies that I recommend. And let's say the price is at 20 cents and it goes down to 11 cents. They are scared and they think, right, I'm going to leave the trade. Okay. And then what happens is that it goes up to $200 like it did. So even if you got in at 20 cents, that would have been 1,000 times your investment, which would have meant $1 million. Okay, not quite as good as 2 million, but it's still 7 figures. Okay, all for holding for the long term and not being scared by the price dropping, which it does. Look, it went up to 17 cents right there, 17 cents. Then it went right down to 6 cents. And people probably thought, no, the price is going down. I've lost half of my money. No, you hold for the long term. You leave your money vested. You just hold for the long term. Just put it in. You just put it in and then you just leave it. Put it in and then just leave it and let it gain value for you. Don't stress about it. That is why I prefer long-term cryptocurrency, because trading is where you get the headaches. Trading, when you go into something for the short term and you put your money in at 6 cents and it goes up to 10 cents, you're laughing. But if it goes from 17 cents down to 6 cents, you hate yourself, you're angry, and it can happen just like that. Very, very quickly, it can just happen. Okay, so if you leave it for the long term, you don't worry about the price dipping because you know that you can just accumulate more at that price and just leave it still vested until it matures like this. Okay, now as cryptocurrency gets more and more healthy, let's face it, right? When we are looking at this market cap in about 5 years' time, it's going to have probably another 0 on the end of it, if not another one after that. And all of the coins that you're investing in now that cost $2, $5, even 10 cents are going to be in about 5 leagues above where it is now. Okay, and you're going to be thinking, oh my God, do you remember back in 2017 when NEO was $30 and now all of a sudden it's like $5,000? Why on earth did I sell my NEO when it was, when it was at $31? When I could have held it and had a 4-figure cryptocurrency on my hands and have made 100 times on my investment or 1,000 times on my investment. So that is the danger with cryptocurrency for the long term. People just can't hang on, even though I very clearly say long term, people just don't listen. They see a dip and then they panic. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute one of those cryptocurrencies that has happened with. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're holding for the long-term cryptocurrencies, keep it for the long term. Most people, when they've got shares on the Dow Jones or the FTSE or whatever, stock market, major stock market, when they've got shares in Coca-Cola or Apple, they don't look at it every 3 minutes. They don't look at it every week or every few weeks or every month. They look at it once a year. I've got shares from one of my previous employers, and I look at it probably a couple of times a year. And unfortunately, as with what happens with stocks, they hardly even go up. They do go up. They also go down in recessions and credit crunch, whatever, but, they don't really move. But with a cryptocurrency, and this is part of the reason, this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem as to why people can't hold on. Because cryptocurrencies are so volatile, they can move so quickly, people get scared and they take their money out and they're watching it every day. So if you're holding for the long term, unless you're somebody like me who does, these videos, and I have to look at the prices every day, then just don't look at them. That's the best thing that you can do, not look at them. Right. So we've had a look at Waves, and Waves is looking at a good point, certainly good entry point, but it may be worth waiting to see if you can get it at a better one. Now, what's next? Okay, so I asked my cryptocurrency mastermind group, what are the coins that you would like me to add to this? And one of them is this one, which is 10x. Okay, so I'm going to look at the BTC version. Okay, so 10x is a relatively new cryptocurrency, not really affected by the rise of Bitcoin. And look where it has been. Okay, so if we look over the course of a month, look at where it has been and where it is right now. So let's once again do our Fibonacci retracement thingy majiggy. We'll start it from we'll start it from this peak to here. Okay, because going right from the bottom isn't really fair. Okay, because it really only just got started. Okay, so we'll do it from this peak to that. We'll go from this point to that point. Okay, so let's once again plot our rectangle. Right, now look at where it is. Look at where it is. It's at the 60% line. So from the latest rise, so there was one rise, and then there's another rise. From the latest rise, it is now at the 66% line. 66% of the price has been claimed back. Now, 10x is one of the most exciting cryptocurrencies that have come into the game in recent months. You know, everybody is hyping about 10x, and basically 10x has got a great team behind it and a great founder behind it. The guy behind 10x is really switched on the guy. You know, he's keeping everybody informed. He's building and helped build a community, almost a cult kind of community behind 10x. Okay, now I got involved in 10x when the price was. I got involved in 10x relatively late, and this was an example of long-term holding. Okay, so I got into 10x relatively late because I don't invest every day, and I only invest when I can spot something where I know I'm going to make a lot of gains on, you know, where I'm going to make a huge multiplier on my investment. And 10x certainly proved itself in the initial stages. And when I invested, the price went right down. In fact, the price, well, it went down a little bit, but enough to make one worry, enough to make one think, oh God, was the price only built on hype? You know? But with long-term investing, you've got to test your own mettle, test your own strength. This is where you see how resilient you can be when it comes to long-term holding. Now, I didn't for 1 second regret my investment. I was happy at the point I invested in because I set a buy order for 10x at a great price. Okay, I knew if it got activated at that price, I would be happy. Now, it went down further and it stayed down for a little bit. And of course, you know, you kind of think to yourself, you know, I could have got it a little bit better, but I'm investing for the long term, so it doesn't matter. So I wasn't worried. And then what happened? Literally a couple of days after I had those thoughts, it went up 50 cents. And then it stayed there and gone up a little bit more. So, you know, this is a testimony to long-term investing. Everybody involved in cryptocurrency is playing a guessing game. Nobody truly knows what's going to happen. I can't say to you right now, oh yeah, 10x is going to be $10 next month. Okay, I couldn't do that because I don't know. It could very well be, and then you do your chart analysis, you look at how the coin has grown, you look at the community, you look at what's coming up, you keep a track of the market news, and it could very well go up to $10. But it relies on a lot of factors to build it up to $10. So what you've got to do is, and the best thing you can do, and this is the same for every cryptocurrency expert I know, and every cryptocurrency whale I know, they're exactly the same. You kind of assume, oh, the price has gone right up. They must have gotten involved at the bottom state. They must have gotten involved when it was at rock bottom prices. No, cryptocurrency whales get involved at any stage of a cryptocurrency. They can get involved at any stage, at the peak, and then get burnt, as it's about to hit the peak, in the middle of the peak, you know, at the bottom, at a dip like this. It happens all the time. The same for experts, because they don't know. No one knows. And if you're here because you think I know, then you're wrong. I speculate, and to be honest, most of my guesses are bang on. And the reason why is because I read the logic behind a cryptocurrency. I think about I look at what's coming up and what the market are saying and what they want and what the pain is, and I put all of those pieces together, and then you can predict what's going to happen. But nobody knows, okay? So even if I say to you, right, this is a great time, we're in the 60% zone, we're at about 66%, this is a great time to buy the cryptocurrency. That doesn't make it bulletproof. It just means you are getting it at one of the best prices you can get given where the coin has been. That's basically it. So you're buying on the dip. If it goes down slightly, it goes down slightly. But that's not a time to get worried because you're never going to be able to predict the bottom. Nobody can. Okay, the same happened with NEO yesterday. NEO slumped right down. NEO yesterday had, well, Red Pulse put out a devastating tweet, something that really should have crippled NEO and sent it down to, $25, maybe even $20, because their own people, the Chinese people who are behind both Red Pulse and NEO couldn't participate in this ICO. And I expected that the price would completely slump. I thought it would trigger mass panic selling across the globe because of the magnitude of this news. Yet it never went below 30. Never went below 30. It went down to 31, 30 and a half, like it is now. It never went under 30. So it never slumped. So you can't really predict the bottom. So if you are a speculator and you're saying, right, this bit of market news has come out, I predict it's going to go down, right down to about $10. Okay? And so you look at the price, it's at $30, you think, right, it's going to go down to $30. But what you think secretly is, wow, it is a really good price right now, but I think it's going to go down further. But $30 is a great price. But I'm going to wait. And what happens is, it goes right up from there because everybody else has had the same thought. All the other whales have thought, you know what, $30 is a great price. I'm going to go for it. And so that's what happens. Okay, so you can never truly predict the bottom. Even if you think something might happen, it doesn't necessarily mean it will happen. And everybody gets it wrong. There's not one person that gets it right. And I'm going to be straightforward and transparent about this. No one gets it right, no matter what they say and how authoritatively they talk to you. At the end of the day, people can't accurately predict what's going to happen, but they can give an indication of what might happen. All right, so there we are. So some good lessons there in long-term holding. So going back to 10x, we are looking at it currently in a really good position right now to invest. Okay, now let's just do, let's just plot our support line, which seems to be about there, and another support line which appears to be about here. All right, so this is where the price at the moment is creeping. All right, so it's going to be a case of seeing what happens next. Now, the moment that it breaks out, it's already above the 60% retracement. Okay, so we're entering into 50%. And what will happen is that it's probably not going to be a good time to get it. Now, if it breaks through the support and goes down, well, at least you got it at 66% of its latest peak, which is a great dipping point. And if it goes down further, accumulate if you're really truly interested in this cryptocurrency. So that is pay. So number 8, let's have a look at number 8. So number 8, I have put down as Stratis. Okay. Now Stratis is undoubtedly one of the most exciting cryptocurrencies around. Why? Because you can build a business out of it. Okay, you've got the framework and programming language which is compatible with the platform. Okay, so you can essentially build a whole enterprise around Stratis. Okay, now one of the amazing cryptocurrencies that I've been involved in, Blitzcash. Now Blitzcash made me 21 times gain back in June. Okay, May-June time. I got it at 17 cents or so and sold it out at $3.20, something like that. $3.20, $3.90, I can't really remember. But I made a 21 times gain, a huge gain on this cryptocurrency because it's built on Stratis. And the platforms or the businesses that are built on Stratis and cryptocurrencies built on Stratis are high quality platforms, okay? Because of the tools that you're given and because of the platform that Stratis is, there's no real space for rubbish, Okay, now there's always going to be a little bit, but most things will be quality. So because of that, Stratis basically launched and carried Blitzcash. Blitzcash did really well and is doing really well again. There's been some rumors about it being acquired by Snapchat, hence why it's gone right up in the last 24 hours. Okay, and people have been asking me about this in my cryptocurrency mastermind group. I said, Superman, what do you think? And I said, this was a cryptocurrency that made me a lot of money. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a high quality cryptocurrency that in the last couple of months has just been left in limbo land, not really being known. But this was built in Stratis. Okay, so Stratis is extremely high quality coin. Now Stratis back in June surged up to nearly $12. Now, this was an indication of, in my opinion, of what was to come for Stratis. This was an indication of it being almost like an Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is almost is like an operating system. You can build things on Ethereum. It's a bit like Windows. Developers can build things based on the Windows platform, using the Windows platform, using the tools that Windows are Windows compatible. So Ethereum is almost like that, and Stratis is like Ethereum in that sense that you can build a business on top of the platform. So the $12 value of Stratis was, I thought, a good sign of what was to come. This is going to be a 3-figure coin. Okay, in my opinion, this was going to be, Ethereum, have Ethereum kind of gravitas as far as, future value is concerned. Where Ethereum is now, you're $300 or so, $350. I saw Stratis going into the hundreds and then going higher up in the 3-figure zone. All right. But then what happened? The market basically slumped in July, slumped right down, and then it got further killed off in August. And so what's happened? And then Bitcoin has risen, so the Sats value has gone right down. And so Sats-wise, you're almost in the same position as you would have been before Stratis really spiked. Okay, so this is a great time to get into Stratis. So let's do our Fibonacci retracement. Okay, we'll put it from the bottom point to the top point here. And we'll plot our rectangle across the OTE zone. There's the OTE zone between 60 to 70. And it's below that. It's at 78% roughly. So this gives you an indication of what an amazing opportunity it is today to get involved with Stratis if you haven't already. Okay, now let's look at the long position. So the long position essentially shows what is the potential reward of making an investment today. So this is the bottom, and then we'll put this at the top, and this will show you the risk reward ratio. Okay, so essentially, if we're going on the basis of $5, you will lose $1.45. This is the potential, the risk reward. So you risk losing $1.45 compared with making $3.55. Okay, so this is an amazing risk reward ratio. It's an absolute perfect point to invest in, and it's still going down right now. So Stratis, it's a great time to get involved with Stratis based on where it's been and based on where I see it going. This is a high quality coin, and I see this going into the 3 figures. And right now you can get it at an amazing Sats value. And I dare say this is one of the top picks of today's technical analysis. Okay, look at that risk reward ratio. Basically $1.45 you stand to lose compared with $3.55 you stand to gain in reward. So the reward far outweighs the risk here. This is a great time to get involved with Stratis. At number 7, we are going to look at Steem. Okay, now if you again know me, you will know I am a massive fan of Steemit, the social network Steemit. All right, now a lot of people, they don't like Steem, but I do. All right, so anyway, let's have a look and see how Steem has been performing in recent times. Okay, so essentially Steem, a year ago had this incredible spike, and then it just got left in the doldrums whilst it suddenly built value. Got a load of people behind it, loads of people were blogging on Steem, and now you can look on Steemit and you can pretty much find out the details of any ICO. Steemit is basically a platform where you blog and you create videos for, and you get paid by the community. Okay, so basically they pay you in Steem, right? So they upvote you and they give you Steem as a result of making a good post. Now there is a lot of rubbish on Steem, but what you will realize is only the stuff that has high value goes into the trending pages or on the pages of note, and those are the ones that make people look. Okay, so the really good quality posts and people who have built really good followings are the ones that are benefiting the most. So although there's a lot of dross, there's a lot of dross on every platform. You look on Twitter, you look on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, there's junk everywhere. Okay, but what I imagine Steem is going to be doing over the course of time is they are going to be making the social network more powerful, more user-friendly, better for content creators who are making great content and enabling their content to be seen over the rubbish, okay? Because with all social networks, with algorithms and all that kind of thing, most social networks evolve over time. YouTube didn't start off being amazing. Facebook didn't start off being amazing, but then they started using algorithms to put stuff that was more relevant to you at the top and the stuff that was junk at the bottom, all right? Hence why, pretty much when you go on Facebook now, the first things that you see are the things that are most relevant and the things that have the most social proof, rather than, you know, something that's maybe got one view and one vote. So what I will say to you is that Steem is a work in progress. So a lot of the people that are naysayers that hate Steem and say Steem's rubbish and filled with junk, it's only going to evolve. And once it does evolve, the price is only going to go up. So, you know, it's almost like you're not going to get both occurring. You're not going to get an amazing, brilliantly working platform that basically is working like YouTube or on YouTube's level in terms of the algorithms being used and the data that's being sorted to make the experience better for users. You're not going to get that at the same time as a low price. So now is the time to capitalize on a low price. Okay, so Steemit over the last few months has gone up and down. Up and down. I got it at the end of May when it was at 78 cents, okay? Because I saw the future value of Steem early on, okay? I saw this is going to be a big riser moving forward, okay? So, sorry about that. So basically, I invested and it's basically remained the bulletproof price, all right? So it then went up to $2.74. So it made me nearly 4 times my gain on that, okay? It was during that really amazing spike period in June where everything was going up, and I think that is where we are heading right now, all right? So August has already started this, and now September's going to build on that, okay? So it went up to $2.74 and then plummeted in conjunction with Bitcoin soaring and sent the Sats value down to, back to June, late May levels, okay? So, let's get rid of that. So let's us plot our Fibonacci retracement, okay? So we'll go from this low point up to this high point, okay? And then we'll plot our optimal trade entry zone between 60 and 70%. Now look at that, okay? Look at where the price is right now. Sitting well under, around about the 76, 75% line of its latest spike in Sats value. So look at where it can go, okay? This is a dip. Now, it did actually dip even lower, and this was the point where I came on YouTube and I said, Steemit is at 90 cents, for goodness sake. Don't miss out on Steem. But a lot of people did because they were naysayers, and then it went up to $1.70 and it's since gone down a little bit, but it's still a great time to get in because Steemit is going to get better, more popular. It's already kind of building its own traffic because of its reputation and credibility within Google search. Okay, so Google search is the be all and end all for any website. If you're going to be seen or noticed, or if your website is going to be highly trafficked, you need to be favorable with Google search. And if you search for most things, then, cryptocurrency related, it will bring up a Steemit article. So let's just go on here and let's put in Minecraft Digibyte. This was really relevant a couple of months ago. And then look, third and fourth is Steemit. Okay, third and fourth is Steemit, above Reddit, which is, in the top 10 of websites in the world. And one of the biggest, and it is virtually a copy, well, Steemit's virtually a copy of Reddit, but nicer looking, in all honesty. And look, two articles placed above Reddit, and it's in the top 4. So what this tells anybody is that basically Google really favors Steemit. So it's generating a lot of traffic. Now, if basically somebody creates a really popular post on Steemit about something that lots of people want to know about in cryptocurrency, a Steemit article is going to come up and people are going to know, right, oh, Steemit, never heard of Steemit before. What's Steemit? I only know about Facebook and Twitter and Reddit. But now Steemit? What's this? Then all of a sudden, bang! More investment, more investment. So it's building its own traffic right now. And so this presents a really good opportunity to get involved with Steem. I've always been a big believer of Steem because I'm a social network guy. I enjoy social networking. I enjoy being paid for what I do. Now on YouTube, I get paid virtually nothing. Well, to be honest, I don't monetize my videos. You're probably saying, Superman, why don't you monetize your videos? Everybody's monetizing their videos. Well, personally, because I hate it when I go onto a video and I've got to watch an ad for 5 seconds. I hate it. It annoys me. To be honest, I hate the people that make me have to watch it. And so I don't want the user experience when somebody's watching my videos to be, I suppose, compromised by having ads running. So I don't use ads, so my channel isn't monetized. And even if it was monetized, right? If I got 20,000 views on a cryptocurrency video, and most of my videos average about 20,000 views. If I get 20,000 views, I get paid $60, okay? Now, if I go and show you on Steemit exactly what I got paid last night for a post that I did, okay? So let me just show you. I'm going to go to my blog right now. So last night, I created this post here, which is basically complementing the video I created on YouTube. And I basically just put a little bit of blurb, and then I put my video and a little bit of blurb after, $60. $60, okay? So I got the equivalent of 20,000 views monetary value from Steem than I would get trying to generate 20,000 views for a video. Now, I've got 32,000 subscribers, so it's easier for me to get 20,000 views. But for somebody who's just started a YouTube channel, it's harder to get that. So you're not going to get $60 per video, all right? But with Steemit, with very little, I mean, I've got 32,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've only got 1,200 followers on Steem, yet I can get $60. And that is just an indication of how amazing Steem actually is. That you can get paid for blogging, not having much of a following, and still get paid that much. Okay, there are some that get $2. Fine. It happens. Okay? Not every post is going to be exceptionally popular. But this gives you an indication of what's possible with Steem. Okay, so not only is the monetization absolutely amazing, but it's at a great price right now for you to invest. So Steem offers you a double benefit. You can invest in it and benefit from the rises, and you can also gain it via blogging. So you're mining it. This is a way of mining it. They've also got Steem Witnesses, which is another way of mining Steem. But basically, there's a threefold benefit of being with Steem. You can essentially get money from the rise of the value if you invest on an exchange. You can get more Steem by actually blogging on it. And then you can also mine it as a Steem Witness. So there's so many benefits to Steem that I don't really understand why everybody really hates on it. Okay, so if we have a look at Steem right now, yeah, we can have a look that the total supply is quite sizable. Okay, but nothing compared to, something like, let's have a look at Ripple. Nothing compared to something like Ripple, which is 99 billion total supply. All right, so this gives you an indication that Steem actually isn't all bad. And people are saying, oh, the whales hold all the Steem and blah, blah, blah. There's Steem out there for everybody, for goodness sake. It's easy to obtain. So this is a great buy, in my opinion. Steem, I don't know how much more convincing you need if you're not in Steem, but Steem is an amazing cryptocurrency that's only going to get more valuable over time. Right, what's the next one? Now, the next one is an odd one, actually, and to be honest, I'm not even sure. When you try and look for DNT On Coinigy, it just doesn't even generate it for you under Bitcoin. Okay, so if you do it under Ethereum, it will load up, I think. Is it going to load up? It's not even loading under Ethereum now. So DNT is almost breaking trend right now. So basically DNT, or District 0x, is a platform where you can create or have a website created for, a marketplace created for you. So you could essentially create your own kind of eBay or Freelancer. And basically what happens is that you submit an idea, gets upvoted, and then it gets created. If it's good enough, it gets enough upvotes. So over time, again, this is something that is going to explode in value. So if I just show you something that has been created with District 0x, this will give you an indication of its future value, okay, which at the moment is only 10 cents. So if we have a look, it's gone right down. It was up to 25 cents and now down to 10 cents. This is way more than 50%, definitely around the 60% line. Now look, this is the kind of website that can be created via District, okay? You can basically hire freelancers, become a freelancer, find work as a freelancer, find candidates as a person looking for a freelancer. Okay, so you've got this amazing platform that's been created, and you pay the individuals with Ethereum or Ether cryptocurrency. So unlike Elance or Fiverr or any of these, freelancing websites where you get paid in dollars, this one you actually get paid in cryptocurrency. So this is a great idea just generally, but it's been built via District 0x. So it gives you an indication of the quality that can be actually, that could be generated from District 0x. So what we've got here right now is a great opportunity to get involved. So if we just look at this exchange, because I never use this exchange, if we just have a look at this and use the Fibonacci, use the rectangle to plot the area, look where it's at. It is at probably around about the 70% mark right now. It's at 70% of its latest spike. 70%. Now, if we plot a trend line, there's not currently a trend, not really anyway, but there is the beginnings or the makings of a trend right here, where it's going down, down, down. Okay, so, that's kind of like the support line. Here is the resistance line. So you can see that it's almost going to converge at some point, okay, where it comes here, and it's normally where the price spikes right up again. Okay, and again, this hasn't been affected by the Sats change with Bitcoin going up. So this is in real time. This is exactly where it got to and where it is now. So this presents a great time to get involved in DNT. So if you didn't get involved the other day when I spoke about DNT, then now is an even better time, around about the 10 cents, 9 cents mark. Okay, it's a great time to get involved. Okay, it all depends on where you get it from. It's the price that it's worth. You can get the amazing price you can get it for. And then what you do is you simply send your DNT over to your Ether wallet or to your Nano S or whatever you use to store your cryptocurrency, and you just leave it vested. Okay, so, District 0x is a great price right now, considering what can be created as a result of it. What a lot of these cryptocurrencies, if you go onto CoinMarketCap and you have a look at cryptocurrencies, a lot of the top ones are more established. But the further you go down, the more you see cryptocurrencies with no actual real world use, and cryptocurrencies with no platform or anything to actually, justify its price. It's just basically people looking to make gains, looking for pumps, riding the pumps, and then dumping it when everybody else dumps it, and it just goes down again. Okay? But with DNT, it's actually a working platform, and it's created something of amazing value, something of amazing quality as well. And going back to the Stratis argument, Stratis created Blitzcash. So we've got District 0x creating stuff like Flance and more districts in the future. More districts is going to make this power up as a cryptocurrency. And right now you can get it at a spectacularly low price of 10 cents. So DNT is great. And, I invested at a price that's higher than 10 cents. And to be honest, I'm not worried about it, because going back to the example I gave you earlier with 10x, I don't worry. When I invest in something at a price I am happy with, and if it goes below that price, I'm still happy. Essentially, the OTE enables you to invest with no regrets. That's basically what I say with every cryptocurrency that I invest in. No regrets. Even if it goes down, even if it slumps, no regrets. You know, basically, quite a few cryptocurrencies I've invested in have slumped and then gone much higher and then some than the peak when I got it. So, what I'm saying then is don't worry if you got it at 15 cents, 16 cents. It doesn't really matter because it's going to go up much higher. And today you can get it at a knockdown price. You know, in a couple of months' time, we're going to be looking at 10 cents and thinking, oh my goodness me, what a ridiculous price it was back then. I should have got more. Right, at number 5. At number 5, we have got Verge, or XVG. Now, the reason why I believe a lot of people are very interested in me talking about Verge is because of what's happening right now with anonymous cryptocurrencies. Okay, so, you know, Dash, Monero, PivX have all gone way up. Okay, let's just have a look. Let's have a look right now. So, you know, Dash continues to go up. Now, Monero, different. Isn't actually good. It's gone right up. So that has really gone at a massive peak. PivX. Okay, it's gone down a little bit. But this, yeah, a couple of weeks ago was at 190. Okay, so this gives you an indication of what has happened to anonymous cryptocurrencies in the last week. Okay, so that is why people are particularly interested in Verge, because it's the cheapest, or one of the cheapest, anonymous cryptocurrencies. Okay, so why is anonymous cryptocurrency so relevant right now? Well, essentially because the IRS is looking to clamp down on people that aren't, you know, basically claiming or correctly recording what they are getting in Bitcoin or trading cryptocurrency. Okay, so they're clamping down on these people who are evading tax. Okay, and Bitcoin, which is always meant to have been historically seen as a private or anonymous cryptocurrency, isn't, because you can view payments on the ledger, on the payments ledger. Okay, so it's, although it's not the same as traditional payments where your IP might be you know, logged, or your you need to use some kind of validation to prove who you are, and all of this stuff is logged so it can be cross-referenced from the IRS or these government agencies. You know, Bitcoin doesn't necessarily ask for these bits of information, but it is still viewable on the public ledger. So these anonymous cryptocurrencies have really surged in value, whilst the people are taking their money out of Bitcoin and putting it safer so that they don't get found out. Okay, so anonymous cryptocurrencies, and this will probably happen across the globe in all honesty, because I am shifts happen. Okay, China are now enforcing some regulations. The UK is probably going to start enforcing some regulations. It's probably going to be more countries clamping down and enforcing regulations. So I see anonymous cryptocurrencies really growing, and Verge is the cheapest. Now, if we just go on and have a look at Verge on CoinMarketCap, what stands in the way of Verge is this, okay? The max supply and the circulating supply, well above 10 billion, okay? Well above 10 billion, which is just too much, really. And this is a big reason why this hasn't gone much below 0.003 of a dollar, okay? So, you know, you'd have expected this to go right up. It has kind of surged as a result of what's happened over the weekend, but it hasn't surged, and the reason why is largely because of this, okay? But let's have a look and see, is it a good entry point, okay? So let's just go and have a look about 3 months back, okay? Because this is the last kind of significant rise in Verge. Everything was going up in June. June was really a beautiful time if you were in the market to make money, okay? And I think that the second coming is coming in September, all right? So there's the latest big peak. Now, if we plot the line, and this is where it has been, so this is where it's got the potential to go. Nothing dramatically has changed since then, except for what's happened in the market. Okay, but this is that 60 to, let's just move it down a little bit, 70% area, and it's well below it right now. Well below it, and it's going up. So is it a good time to get into Verge? Yes. Okay, it's a good time because I see cryptocurrency, the anonymous cryptocurrencies, only exploding in value over time. Now it's going to take it's going to take a bigger effort for Verge to grow in the same rate as Dash, because Dash and PIVX, let's just have a look. So we've got here 16 billion max supply, 13 billion circulating supply. Let's have a look at Dash. Dash in comparison is minuscule. 7.5 million circulating, 18 max. Let's have a look at PIVX. 54 million. Let's have a look at Monero. Look at that, 15 million. So look, the supply is what's causing, I suppose, the biggest difference in price. Now, Verge doesn't necessarily work the same way as Dash and Monero. It's a peer-to-peer anonymous transaction. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that this is still a good anonymous cryptocurrency that people love. There's a big bunch of people, big community, or at least a community of, there's definitely a load of people who may have an allegiance to one coin, but on the side secretly love Verge and kind of look at Verge as like a guilty pleasure. And they're thinking, I want to get into Verge, but I don't really have a reason why. This is the reason why. Anonymous cryptocurrencies are going to become more relevant the more regulations are implemented, the more that cryptocurrency is controlled by the powers that be. And so this is going to become more and more relevant over time. Okay, so therefore, what's happened in the last few days has just indicated to the world why they need to be looking at anonymous cryptocurrencies. And Verge is the cheapest one to get involved in. It's also one that doesn't, oddly enough, offer a masternode compared to the others. And with all the mineable supply, max supply, you'd think it would be. So Verge, if you weren't interested before, or you were interested but haven't invested in it, now could be a good time to invest in Verge. So at number 4, we have got Neo. Okay, so is Neo a great place at the moment to invest in? Okay, so Neo, you'll know the story if you watched yesterday's podcast, Savage Cash podcast. You will know what has happened with Neo. Okay, so essentially speaking, Neo has been completely, almost robbed of its value because of what's happened with the Red Pulse ICO. So if we just plot our Fibonacci retracement, low point, there's a nice low point right there, a nice high point right there. At the moment, look where Neo is. Now, a lot of people have been thinking, it'd be nice to own a bit of Neo so that I can generate some gas. It'd be nice to have Neo because this is a cryptocurrency that's destined for stardom. But it's too expensive. I wish I'd got it at $4, $6, $10, $15, $25. It's $40. Now, Neo has gone right down in value. It's slumped from its latest peak to nearly 60%. So it's roughly at 55% right now. 55% has been claimed right back. Now, yesterday this was getting pumped. And I dare say that when this ICO passes, this old ICO news passes, that it's going to go back up again. Okay, now, I also think that as there are more systems in place to get around the normal internet, then more people, the Chinese people are going to be able to get involved anyway. Okay, they've already got the VPN option. There'll probably be more options in the future for them to bypass the internet and to bypass the control. All right, so I dare say Neo is not going to be impacted significantly. Okay, so I believe that Neo is going to have more global appeal rather than just Chinese appeal. It already has, and that has been a big reason why it's gone up to where it has. So Neo is only going to go up from here. This is just created, what's happened with Red Pulse, created a really good opportunity to get back in. The people who may have looked at Neo last week, didn't hear what happened with Red Pulse, and then we'll come back to cryptocurrency next week, will have missed this amazing opportunity to get in, where Neo has basically been the latest rise, 50%, 55% has been reclaimed by the market. So it's a great entry point for Neo. Okay, great entry point for Neo. So it's slumped and then it's stabilized. Okay, so it's basically now kind of stabilized in this region. So if we just zoom in a little bit, yesterday there was a bit of a trend going along here. It then went up a little bit and then went down. Okay, so there was almost the support line, resistance line, and then it broke down. Okay, it's broken down to where it is now. So it's now created a new kind of support area. Okay, so here's the resistance, roughly. Here's the support, roughly. Okay, so there we are. So there is now another support resistance line. So now it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with the NIO price as a result. But at the moment, it looks like it's just gaining and gaining and may actually break out. So good opportunity to get involved in NIO, and certainly a great dip point. So if you were interested in getting in NIO, but the price was too high before, went up way over $40, now is the time to get involved with NIO. All right. And number three, I've got an awesome one. Number three, I have got one of my favorite cryptocurrencies, and undoubtedly one of the best cryptocurrencies that has existed in recent times, Iconomi. And the platform has recently gone live on Iconomi. You know, you can go on it, you can have a look at it. Iconomi is essentially a hedge fund platform. Okay, so if we have a look at where Iconomi has got to, so Iconomi was at one point over $5. So let's just have a look at Iconomi right now. So Iconomi is at the moment a rock bottom price. This is an incredible price to get Iconomi at. Okay, now the last slump was in mid-July, which was when you get things at incredible prices. And Iconomi was at $1.51. Okay. Now, although $2.30 is not as attractive, look where it has been. Okay, so let me just zoom in on this. So Iconomi has actually gotten up to $5.45. Okay, so this is way under half of where it has been in recent times. And Iconomi has got a great platform. And this is going to be one of those strong cryptocurrencies in 2017 and 2018, which right now has slumped to an unbelievable price. Okay, so just based on where it has, well, let's go back a little bit, not as far back as when it was at its peak. Okay, so let's just go back to this point here, back in. So let's just have a look and see where it. So let's just have a look and see how Iconomi is faring against its previous prices. Okay, so let's just look at its previous rise to dominance and plot our 60% line against it. Wow, look at that. It's almost 90% retracement. 90% retracement of its SAT value? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a time to get involved with a high-quality cryptocurrency like Iconomi. This is a cryptocurrency that has blown up, but recently has kind of been swept under the carpet a bit in favor of ICOs, anonymous cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's kind of been brushed under the carpet and left a bit. Okay, so this is a time to get involved when the market isn't noticing Iconomi's massive slump in value. You know, and it could go down further. Okay, if we just basically zoom in on where Iconomi is currently going, just get rid of that. Iconomi is on a downwards trajectory. It really is. Okay, so we've got a bit of a trend going there. And now it's kind of stabilizing at this point. The support and resistance lines is stabilizing around about this point. So it could go down even further. In fact, to be honest, yesterday it was at $2.30 and I accumulated more. And now it's gone, and it's still at $2.31. So it gives a really good time to accumulate more. So I'm going to be watching how the price is behaving. Look, it's right on that support line. It's right on it. Okay, so I'm going to look and check and see how Iconomi is performing, because I am going to want to, it's 2:30 now, I'm going to want to get some more of this, so I need to wrap up very shortly. So Iconomi a very high quality cryptocurrency that has exploded and has slumped majorly down to the best price it's been since mid-July. So let's now go on to number 2. Number 2 is Civic. Now, Civic was a cryptocurrency I got involved in at ICO stage. Now, this was 10 cents at ICO. This then went up to about 70 or so cents. 73 cents it went up to. And now it's gone down to 51 cents. But this has happened during Bitcoin's rise. So, if we have a look at Civic right now, and let's have a look at Civic on Bittrex. This is the picture of Civic right now. Okay, so ICO, it then came out, got released onto the exchange, boom, in value, stayed up, and then it lost a significant amount of value with what happened with the SATS value, it lost a significant amount of what happened with Bitcoin. So, if we go from low to high, and then plot our OTE line, it's just above it. Civic is going to rise like a phoenix. It's going to be an amazing app. It's going to be integrated with a load of cryptocurrencies moving forward. They're already partnering with cryptocurrencies moving forward. They're already doing it right now. And they're only going to do that more and more in the future. Now, as I have told you more and more than once, you know, the cryptocurrency and real world are going to intersect, okay? And they're going to intersect in a major way where actually cryptocurrency becomes part of life. Okay, I see this happening. I see mass adoption happening as a result of my number 1 pick. Okay, but I see mass adoption of cryptocurrency and I see it becoming part of our lives. You know, gold once was the currency that was used to buy things. Then notes were used, then credit cards. Okay, and now we've got digital currency that's made the process of having money more efficient and how you pay for things more efficient. Okay, so cryptocurrency is eventually going to take over from credit cards, from paper currency, and basically I see a whole system, and this is the system that's being founded right now. This is the system. We're watching it being built in front of our eyes with these cryptocurrencies. These cryptocurrencies are building or looking to build systems that make the transition for the masses, who will eventually come to cryptocurrency, easy for them to understand it and use it and to phase out what will be the obsolete ways of paying for things, which is via, you know, your card, with cash, with notes, bills, whatever, or PayPal. This stuff's going to make it so much easier. And we're seeing this being built in front of our eyes. That infrastructure is getting built right now. And Civic is going to be used in airports. It's going to be used when attending major events. It's going to be used when you go to a monument and you have to pay to get in and you have to show some ID, and they're going to be using Civic. This is what's going to be happening in the future. And at the moment, it's just 50 cents, for goodness sake, and it's just above the 60% area, the OTE area. So it's virtually in it, and it's rising, okay? So Civic is an amazing cryptocurrency to get into right now. Because there is going to come a point where, bang, it's going to go up again, and it's going to enter another league, okay? Because Civic at the moment is in people's minds, but they're not really getting it, they're not really understanding it, and there's lots of other things out there. I am here to simplify it for you. This is going to be huge when it comes to personal verification and validation. This is going to be how you do it, and it's pretty much bulletproof because you need your fingerprint to open Civic on your phone. So only you can access it. So if somebody steals your mobile or steals your laptop or steals everything you own, they can't steal unless they cut off your hand. They can't copy or steal your fingerprint. So your fingerprint is absolutely essential to be able to unlock this personal verification method. So at 50 cents, this is a steal. You know, we're going to be looking at 3 figures easy for Civic in the future, okay? Now, it may not be so easy because of this ridiculous total supply, but that is just total supply. Circulating supply, 340 million. Okay, so it's not necessarily as bad. And so this is one big reason it hasn't blown up to what it has. But I see this easily going up and being a massive coin in the future. A massive coin. So that was my number 2 choice. what is my number one choice? This cryptocurrency is the number one cryptocurrency opportunity long term for 2017, 2018, and I dare say 2019. This is such a game-changing cryptocurrency that I see this being the key reason why the masses come to cryptocurrency. Okay, because this is going to simplify the process of cryptocurrency for people. Okay, it's going to give them one place to do everything. No more are they going to need to go here to do that, here to do the other, here to do the other, here to do the other. This is going to make everything happen in one place. This solves the biggest pain in cryptocurrency right now. And the beauty part of it is nobody knows about it except for the people in my mastermind group and the people who have invested in the cryptocurrency long-term investment opportunity 2017, where I speak very passionately about why I've gone all in on this cryptocurrency. Now, you'll know me. I've just spoken about 10 coins. I've invested in over 30 coins, maybe even 40 coins, whilst I've been doing cryptocurrency trading and investing. And there has never, ever been a time I have wanted to go all in on a coin other than on this. Steam was the what before this came along. Steam was the cryptocurrency that I went all in on, pretty much, in terms of having the majority of my portfolio was in Steam because of my belief in Steam. This exceeds that by a million miles. Okay, this cryptocurrency is the game changer that the cryptocurrency world has needed forever. Okay, and it's not even really been discovered. No one's really talking about it. Nobody really knows about it. And marketing wise, it's hardly had any. But it's got a big community because I've generated a big community behind it. A lot of people that are very passionate about it, about what it strives to achieve. And therefore, the price is where it is right now. Okay, so I got involved in this at ICO stage. I'm going to use my Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to go to the highest point, and I'm going to plot exactly where this sits in the highest point. Now, this hasn't been really affected, well, dramatically anyway, by what happened with Bitcoin, because this is a really new cryptocurrency. Okay, it's new. Okay, it's only on a couple of exchanges right now and not the major ones. Hence why nobody really knows about it. Nobody really talks about it. But at the moment, it's at nearly 70% of its peak value. Okay, the market has claimed back 70% of it. And why is that? You're probably saying, Superman, if it's so great, why is it at 70%? The reason why it's at 70% is because there's no marketing. Really, this is a result of what I have done for the community. I have educated a small, in terms of, the wider cryptocurrency community, I've educated a small amount of people that have heavily backed this cryptocurrency. Now, this is where long-term holding becomes even more relevant, okay? Because people have weak hands, okay? This made an amazing gain, it went down a bit, made another amazing gain, and people thought, right, while it's here, I'm going to cash out now, because this has made 27 times gain for people if they got in at this stage or that stage, okay? So this has made amazing gains for people, and so therefore they've cashed out and sent the price plummeting. But I've not done anything to bring this up since the early part of August, okay? So the early part of August, this happened. And this cryptocurrency has such a long way to go. This is a cryptocurrency that's going to be 2 figures next year, easy. And when I say 2 figures, I mean mid 2 figures. And the reason why is because this is going to get on major exchanges. This is going to be put in front of people. And when they realize, when the platform is built at the end of this year and is capitalized on, people are going to realize that there is no better platform out there. It is even better than Ethereum. Okay, this is the cryptocurrency platform that's going to bring the masses to cryptocurrency. And this has not even got started yet. And at the moment is at a 70% of its peak. Okay, so this basically shows you what an amazing opportunity this is. And this is my number one by such a distance. It's not even a joke. This is number one by a huge majority. So if you want to know what that cryptocurrency is, then all you need to do is invest in the cryptocurrency, the number one cryptocurrency long-term investment opportunity 2017. You will hear all about it, and you will learn all about it for just $10. Okay? Because I'm not going to be explaining this to the masses yet. The masses aren't ready for this. Okay? And even if the masses got their hands on it, they're not ready to own it. They just don't deserve to own it, because most people will get it and dump it. Okay? So if you're really serious, then this course is for you. If you're not serious, it's not for you. If you're just looking to make a quick buck, that's not what this is about. This is about long term. I'm not saying join this, I'm not saying invest in this cryptocurrency, make 10 times gain and bugger off. No, that's not what I do. That's not what I do generally. And it's one of the biggest, I suppose, myths out there is that Superman's a scammer. Superman likes to pump and dump. I don't pump and dump anything. Okay, fine, I've got 32,000 subscribers. When I talk about a coin, it pumps. Sometimes, with the case of DNT and Binance Coin, it dumped. So I don't pump and dump coins. It can have... I don't necessarily affect the coins. I don't talk about coins just to pump the coins, because I'm a long-term investor and I'm very, very transparent about that. I am a long-term investor, and the majority, 80%, if not 90% of all of my holdings is in this one. Okay, because of my passion and belief behind it. Okay, and I'm not selling. Okay, and there was somebody in my comments on YouTube said, "Oh, Superman, have you been selling while we've been buying?" No. Okay, I have not sold one of these coins, and I won't, and I'm not going to. I'm sticking with this one all through 2018. Okay, I am not going to be selling it. Not even if you paid me to get it off me. If you paid me handsomely, no. Because this cryptocurrency is going to be massive because of the pain. It's not going to be massive because I say, oh, to the moon. It's going to be massive because I say so. No, this is going to be massive without me. This is going to be massive on its own standing. I only attribute myself to the rise of this cryptocurrency because there's not much marketing behind it. Nobody has really spoken about it of influence. Okay, no one's spoken about it of influence. And secondly, the company themselves aren't necessarily hyping about it right now because they're building. They're in the process of building, okay, and getting this on the major exchanges. So really, this has been built up by me, and the reason it's gone down is because really at the moment it's passion. There's no physical at the moment platform for you to go on to look at. Well, there is for you to look at, but there isn't to actually go on. You can just have a look at it on YouTube. So, this cryptocurrency is the number one long-term investment opportunity, and especially today because of the price. Okay? So, this concludes my cryptocurrency technical analysis video. I hope that this has helped you know what's out there that's long-term, understand what it is, and why now is a good entry point for them. Remember, OTE, which is when the market claims back 60% of the peak of its latest peak, okay? And most of these cryptocurrencies are on or around that 60%, and some of them, especially in the case of this super cryptocurrency, this is almost the cryptocurrency to end all cryptocurrencies, and this is at 70%. So today is the best time to get involved in it. Today is one of the best prices you can get at in recent times, and all you need to do is go to this cryptocurrency long-term investment course and understand what it is, because I basically tell you what it is straight away after the introductory lecture. So I hope that today has inspired you, encouraged you, and hopefully you'll take some action. I've been Superman, this has been Savage Cash, and I'll see you in the next episode.